Welcome back. Last time my game almost crashed, but didn't. We also fought the Hydra and the Minotaur. We did this, of course, for the advancement of our food. But in the meantime, we got a bunch of other things that we weren't really going to object to getting. This time we'll clean up our inventory and we'll continue exploring. We went in for culinary advancement. It just so happened that we're getting more than we bit off. But the loot hasn't been anything truly phenomenal. We'll need the Naga head with us. You'll see why later. But we now have some food. It's not showing anything like too phenomenal, but also, I mean, the Hydra chops are really good. They're extremely good healing food. But we also have, here, I'll take the 64. Looks out there, we'll deposit the diamonds. I mean, I guess I have that pouch for if I find anything else that I want. But we're going to continue exploring. So next we can either look for a dark forest or we can do the ice area. And I really like how the ice area looks. So if I knew where a dark forest was, I could say just, oh yeah, let's ignore the crater. If you saw last episode, you know why there's a crater in the middle of the fire swamp. But there is an ice biome over here. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to do a quick sweep over to this northern area, the northeast. And I'm going to check for a dark forest, because I want to end with the ice area because I like how it looks the best. But so far, I think our adventures through the Twilight Forest have been going quite successfully. Not really much more to say on that. Oh. Look what you've done. I'll summon you back again later. Oh, teleports to me. That's right. You hear that inside? Skeletal druids. Sword seems to just do extra damage, and extra damage to armored targets could be useful. Cooked fish, some mushroom stew, a charm of keeping. It's not a charm of keeping. It is a charm of keeping. Why doesn't it stack with our other charms of keeping? Fun. I don't know what's possibly going on to cause that, but hey, something. There's not really a particular reason I want to do the Dark Forest first. I just like the cold biome more, so I'd rather save it for the last of the three. The swamp is the worst, so we can start with that one. And the maze, not really important. More druid houses, 1 sec. Sorry about that. I was had to step away for a moment, so I had no clue what I was just talking about. I imagine it had something to do with the ice biome being cooler than the dark forest. Though I must admit the mechanics in the ice biome aren't as cool as the mechanics in the crimson center of the dark forest. The Urghast is definitely one of the cool. The Urghast has the most mechanics. It's definitely more satisfying than the Ice Queen, that's for sure. Ah, and here's the Dark Forest. We've been riding quite fast, so. Alright, horse, we're going into the Dark Forest. You good? Horse, I'm abandoning you. I'm trying to, anyways. I have no clue what that shadow was. Makes a very cool sound. I do not want to meet him, though. I have met him. So I need my blood teleport. Jesus Christ, the poison! I'm getting slowed by something else. Oh, Juba just turned the... Oh, the Mist Wolf can follow me. He also had a sword. Why am I blind in here? I've completed the prerequisites for the forest. At least I believe I have. The mighty still gonna have to go, but I've done this, which means I can see through blinding darkness of the dark forest's curse. Unless my darkness wasn't caused by the forest. Oh, it wasn't. Probably the Mist Wolf. Blindness is actually a really strong effect in Minecraft because it doesn't just make it hard to see. It actually affects your ability to sprint. Meaning you can't sprint like at all. You just can't sprint while... What was it just saying? Oh, right. You can't sprint while blind. Which is a pretty big deal. It's also quite dark here. We'll equip an arrangement of weaponry. That's actually one way we can end up filling our Gate of Babylon, whatever ends up actually being the source for our weaponry. Mistwolf, stop it. You're intimidating. You also make a really cool sound, but I don't want to fight you. So right now we're just looking for an entrance to the haunted area. Yeah, let me know if you find it, horse. And in that center piece here, this is the, you can see it on the mini map. I'm going to try to get close enough to where it's visible. These crazy missiles. That is the Crimson Forest or the Ergast Forest. I don't know what it's exactly called. I'm currently having difficulty finding an entrance to the... Oh, I see one that breached out into the water. This one just open air. Ow. But teleport. But here it is. You just place any trophy, you can immediately break it again. That's how you get in here. And this place is pretty simple. Spectral Steed, I don't think you're a bomb sniffing horse. If you were, that would be convenient, but I don't think you possess such capabilities. This is just sort of some underground, pretty military looking area. Anvil. With Tinker's Construct, this place used to be a great place to just farm metals. Ah, the rainbow oaks, pretty nice leaves, but the tree itself isn't anything special, unfortunately. Now, this place is always very maze-like because it's a randomly generated dungeon. Now, those guys are wielding a weapon that you can actually make. It's called the Block and Chain. It is not very good. Those are like the armored snail guys. Now the goal of this place is just to find the end. Spectral Steed is gone. A bow. Power 3, punch 1, breaking 3. It's an agile bow. It has a faster draw speed and a higher arrow velocity. Might as well take the bow. Slipstream gem. Not particularly anything of value. Did say power 3, right? Yeah, power 3 bow is a power 3 bow. It's nothing super valuable, but I mean, it's something. Now, this place isn't the most amazing of dungeons. So, ooh, crit damage, crit chance, and fire damage. Nice. Throwing you away, though. Rock cod. Alright. The sword should do pretty alright for dealing with the enemies in this dungeon because they do generally have an armor value. And this specifically mitigates that. Like, that guy's clearly an armored enemy. But we can just ignore him for now. I also don't have food on my hotbar. We should fix that. Go. I don't know if there's any rules to the generation of this structure. All I know is that I've never tried that hard to learn its structure. I generally just run around and try to and just hope I find the boss. But I don't know if they have to spawn on a certain floor or in a certain. Well, they have to spawn in their spawn room, but I'm not sure if that spawn room has to be a certain number of rooms away from the start. Ah, this room. Always a joy to deal with. I don't know where my lag is coming from. Don't have any other applications running. You know what? I have been running this one for a while though. Might be not a memory leak, or it could be a memory leak, but as it goes on, it tends to become more resource intensive. I did have to AFK for a little bit. You know what? This lag does just make it a worse watching experience. I'm going to pause the recording. I'm going to restart the game real quick. I'll be right back. I'm back. I just restarted the game. And hopefully it'll start to run smoother. It did just start, so it's reloading a bunch of things, so I'm not sure if it's lagging because of that or whether this is just a laggy area. Anyways, you want to hear a fun fact? What's that? You do. Did you know that in the American legal system they tell you the words you have the right to remain silent? But in truth, unless you invoke the right, silence can be used against you. Turns out that the United States Supreme Court has dictated that silence itself can be used as an admission of guilt. The only way to ensure that it isn't is to say the words, I invoke my Fifth Amendment right to remain silent. So keep that in mind if you ever are being questioned. Whatever just hit me for several hearts. I have pretty good armor, so I don't think most enemies should be hitting me that hard. So these guys drop the armor shards, and armor shards are used in order to make the block and chain, and yeah, these guys also drop them. So the armor shards are used to make armor shard clusters, which can be smelted into night metal ingots. This is where you can make your knightly knife, or your night metal stuff. Can also be used to make a block of night metal. Works as a stronger cactus. Now that can be crafted into a block and chain, which is the weapon of that gets swung around. Projectile protection. What's your problem, man? I didn't have to kill you. I could have just left it alone. As we hunt in here for the phantom armor. Now there's been many a time where the phantom armor have just generated in funky ways for me to where I couldn't actually get to the boss room. Thankfully his shield had low durability. But I don't want to have to fight literally every night because these guys just spawn infinitely. Instead, I would like to find the enemy. Could this be it? This is a spawner for the helmet crabs. You're not a helmet crab, you were just in the helmet crab spawning them. Yeah, you're a little bug. Don't actually get out of here, just... You started it. Is that also a helmet crab spawner? No. Used to also be a helmet crab spawner. Diamond sword! Vampiric diamond sword. Epic vampiric diamond sword of slaying. Cold damage, lifesteal. Gives me ancient knowledge on it. Ancient knowledge, I believe, gives you bonus experience. Deals damage. This is a really good sword. Steel leaf helmet's just a steel leaf helmet. Other side. Oh, charm of life. Destructive. Allows the blocking chain to break blocks with a higher mining tier. It's funny. But... Oh, something I think you can do with the fireflies, which is funny, is you can put them on your head. I thought that was important enough to point out. We shouldn't toss out this sword just in case we get into a fight with an enemy that just spam disarms us, but... this diamond sword appears to be our best weapon yet. So that was a good catch. Good, nice, solid piece of loot. I do like how the laugh is echoing, though. The echo is coming from a separate mod. I have too many swords, man. Oh, but I gotta collect them because eventually I'll be Gilgameshing people. And doing it with a bunch of unique weapons just feels right, you know? Oh. Night metal. Arrows. Not taking projectile protection. Chipped lunar gem. Swim speed. Spell breaking sword. Protection and armor pierce. And it does bonus damage to armored enemies. It technically does less damage and has less attack speed than the glacial one. Or glacial. But that armor pierce, and bonus crit damage, I mean, is just nice. That armor pierce, since I'm using it as an anti-armored opponent weapon, just makes it really good. Nah, ha, ha. Also, I'm having a real bad time in this dungeon so far, so, I think big explosion is the most efficient. Upper Goblin Knight. The hell are you? Lower Goblin Knight. Oh, he was split into two pieces. Two goblins in a suit of armor. You're already missing your lower half. Maze is quite long, quite arduous to traverse. This is quite a lot of annoying enemies. I don't think I've seen the oak tree yet, though. But I feel like I've been in this room already. Yeah, I have. That's where an anvil would have been, I think. We've already been here. We need to go back up. We go back around. Try a different hallway. There we go. Different. How dare you hold a sword against me? What does it do? No, it's not even good enough to Gilgamesh throw. No. Sneaky little goon. You just make spider sounds. Pain of Arthropods 1. Now we're talking. Finally. There we go. Now we can make 1 charm of keeping 2, which keeps the entire hotbar. Which means we should keep anything of importance on our hotbar. I plan on being able to get everything back upon death anyways, so it shouldn't be too big a deal. Oh my god, it's so... this place is so annoying to traverse. It's a maze, but it doesn't... like, the Minotaur's thing was meant to be a maze. This is just a maze. Ow! I do like the crabs thematically, because they are just hermit crabs, but they've taken a... they've taken, instead of a shell, they use the helmet. I'll steal all these sticks. You never know when you need them. But now what? I just came from this hallway. It's time to renovate this place. You know what your fortune cookie always says, like, you know, just a corny phase. Here's one for a fortune cookie. New paths are opening. I love these sounds, though, that are just... oh, I blew up a chest. No, it's just a regular diamond sword, though. Well, hey, I've discovered a new area. Aha! Was an explosive. This was just a single block of TNT, so it just is a nuisance. Regular diamond sword isn't worth it. Blue wool. Flawless slipstream gem. I mean, that seems really good. Mining speed by a huge amount, ranged weapon by a good amount, or dodge chance by a very significant margin. Yep, nothing important here. But under the stairs. TNT again, or... Alright. And Charmer Keeping automatically stacks. Smite 4. Not bad, but we can do better. Oh, nothing at all in here either. Perfect. Exactly what I wanted. A bunch of nothing. Their sounds are so goofy, it's hard to just not... It's hard to not find them amusing. We searched this chest already. Looks familiar. Oh, hey. The boss could be anywhere. Could be anywhere, assuming I don't delete his spawn block. Ooh, a 7 vein. It might have been an 8 vein before I exposed it. Hee. What appears that way was the wrong direction. No, that appears like we're leaving the dungeon. Well, sort of. Oh, but this is a place I've already been, hasn't it? Yeah, because there's no spawner there, which means that's where the diamond sword was, yeah. There are a lot of you goons, huh? Oh, that guy just decides to start fighting and he plays TNT. This place has turned to absolute chaos. You just blow yourself up. Yep. Not fully to death, but you did blow yourself up. Yeah, if I did delete the spawner block, the boss just can't spawn anymore. Which means this was a very reckless move I made to just blow up half the dungeon. And then do it again. That being said, I really don't like traversing this dungeon. So I'm going to gamble on revealing another room. Right now we can explore this area much easier. You see, all those claustrophobic corridors make it very difficult to explore properly. Now let's see, what's over here now? Those guys are fighting. I'll take on the helmet crab. We won. Hey, this is something I haven't touched yet. The flawed gem of the frozen queen. Oh, this is unique to the Twilight's Forest, apparently. Chest plates. Taking damage has a 5% chance to fortify you with Twilight shields. Neat. I'll take it. Nothing else of particular interest. I killed that guy with the AoE damage on the sword. Oh, I completely decimated the lower goblin. Oh, come on, really? Nothing here? Long and arduous dungeon. Like, the goons in it are cool, but the dungeon could have been shorter. Like, I hit it with 2 whole explosions. A lot of infighting. I dislike your hit and run tactics, but I have gotten 20 slime balls so far in this dungeon. Those guys remind me of the full Metal Alchemist enemy that is just the... And they're spoilers for Full Metal Alchemist. When Ed and Al are going to the prison to uncover the... I don't know if this is Brotherhood. It feels like a Brotherhood thing. They're going to uncover what's happening with the prison. They believe they're using the prisoners for some sort of experiment. They go, and sure enough, they were right. But when they go there, they're jumped by other suits of armor, or souls bound to suits of armor, just like Alphonse is. And it turns out that one of the ones is a pair of brothers, but they were bound to the upper half and lower half. So, that's what those guys reminded me of. But, you know, Fullmetal Alchemist was a good watch. I'm going to blow up more of this dungeon, because I'm pretty sure I blew up the boss spawn block at this point. Very rude of you to cancel my spell casting while I was trying to nuke your brethren. Fullmetal Alchemist has a few cliches in it, but it is a well-done anime that tells a really good story. And while it does have some cliches, its cliches are done right. Okay, these guys were funny before, now it's getting a little annoying. There's still just the dungeon I've already explored. I'm just blowing up parts of it. think this place would be easier to explore with less walls. I mean, it technically is, but I may have simply just destroyed anything of substance. Oh, there's also a really weird moment in it. I guess it's not weird, it makes sense, but it's a moment that I'm not fond of in that same arc with the prison is that one prisoner convinces Alphonse that, but what if you're not actually his brother? And it's just like, you're just a suit of armor, you don't have any proof? What if he just programmed you to think that way? Which, you know, I guess it's possible to do, but like, I don't know, it just felt like an awkward moment all around because it doesn't, it was sort of more of like a philosophical thing, which sort of, I guess it plays into just the writers were writing interesting stuff, but it didn't, in my opinion, match the themes that they were already going with. Buddy, do you mind? Well, there was a chest here that I didn't explore, I think, by the fact, I guess I might have. Flawless lightning gem. Nice drop. I'll take it. Oh, that's a charm of keeping. I definitely just hadn't explored this area. What's this bow? Elven bow of the predator? And it applies wither. Okay. Is it just better than a power 3 bow? I doubt it. Applies slowness. In PvP, this bow would be ridiculously good. Arrow damage plus 25%. It's probably actually better than power because I can apply power to this bow. Looting 1. Fire aspect 1. Not particularly that good. Mana. Nothing really special. Bane of Earthrod's leeching life. Nothing really that special. Well, this is definitely part of the dungeon I haven't been to yet. Perhaps the boss is over here. Chipped lightning gem. Oh no, I've probably already explored this. It's just... Well, I guess I haven't explored it because I didn't know this was here at all. But I've blown up everything else, so there's nothing to explore anymore. You know, I'm starting to think that I may have just removed anything of value. And this would be so much less annoying if the mobs weren't just constant and everywhere. I guess this is just I haven't opened yet. Quick shot. If that's the type of bow you want to be. Yeah, I feel like I may have completely exhausted everything this dungeon had to offer. It's a good thing there's several more. Maybe those will have a better layout. Yeah, I've exposed a lot of this place, and I've been running around, and there's just been no boss bar either, so... Oh well, we got some loot out of it. Guess we just need to find another one. But it's been a long recording, so I will do that next time. Until then, have a happy Halloween.